All right, so in this video, drawing dynamic anime poses from reference, I got two poses from Pinterest, one being a fighter from the SNK video game, and the second one being from the show or manga called Sakamoto Days. So now for this first one, I got him, it's kind of like a dynamic kick, and I wanted to, I forget what it was, this kind of dynamic kick in perspective, for a little foreshortening, so I decided to use this one. And so with this one, I started out with the waist first, drawing in the box shape to kind of figure out, the angle of his waist and where it's going, and start to add a cylinder to draw the leg. And I started out with the waist first, only because with the way the perspective is and the angle, sometimes I tend to draw the bottom first and then work my way up to the top. Sometimes like I work my way from the top to the bottom, but for me, it was easier to figure it out by working it this way. That way, the plus the character's wearing clothing, which is also hard to figure out when you're trying to figure out where the shapes are going. And so I'm used to drawing a lot of the box shapes in 3D space, like by practicing so many different times. So I kind of know where to place everything without drawing the full box. That's why you see me draw the top half of the box, and you see me just kind of like just chop it off right where the leg is. I could draw the whole thing out, but I want to chop it off that way, and I don't have too much to draw in there and have a lot of lines getting in the way. So now adding in the foot, just adding in like a little circles for the toes. I'm just taking it, all the big shapes, and trying to figure out where everything is going to go, how to position everything. And the more practice, the more easier it is, and the faster it is to get that pose out quickly. So I'm adding in the other leg. You see I'm adding in all the legs and feet right before I even get to the top part. I'm just roughing it in real quick. I mean, you could do it. For me, this is kind of like my gesture drawing. Gestures is just quick shapes of a figure to draw out. I like to do mines with shapes a lot, and it tells you, it gets your brain to figure out where everything is placed in 3D space to kind of quickly get that extra knowledge. And this is one of my favorite ways of practicing. You can kind of get poses down quickly and memorize them this way. Getting in that hand. And you can also use it to generate your own pose and make up poses out of your head just by drawing boxes and shapes and different angles and kind of just creating your own poses out of your head. Because the more you draw these boxes and shapes from other poses that you see on paper, the more you can start to draw it from your imagination and start figuring out your own poses to do. So right now I'm adding in the head. Just figuring out where it's placed, and you got the head at kind of like an angle tilted up. The line where the eyes are, center line, and then the back of the head, or kind of like the side of the head, like in the fist. Not focusing on detailing it too much. I'm just making all the shapes where the fingers are for the fist and the circles for the knuckles. Darkening up some of the lines. I'm just going to erase just some lines in the middle to kind of not have too much see-through. You could leave it if you want. I like to erase it every once in a while. Now for this pose, it's the one from Sakamoto Days. And I chose this one because, he has his hand going back, he's holding his weapon, and then he has the hand forward coming at you for shorten with the dice in his hand. So I wanted this like multiple things, different things going on in this picture. So with this one, I started differently than the other one, where I did my usual typical method where I just draw the circle for the head, a center line going across where the eyes are, and I drew a circle where the shoulder is, and I also drew a circle where the elbow is going to go. That way I can kind of measure out how far I'm going to have the arm go when it's foreshortened. And you see, for me to foreshorten it, when you're trying to figure out where to go with the arm, I just overlap all the shapes. Where I just drew the circle for the shoulder, circle for the elbow, and I kind of overlap that shape for where the arm would be near the head. Now I'm making a cylinder for the arm. And you see, I didn't even draw the circle for the chest yet because I was figuring out the arm first before I can just kind of draw the chest in. Because you're just placing shapes in, you're trying to figure out where everything goes. And you know the circle is going to go on the bottom, and you know the half circle will be where the waist is. And you don't really have to attach anything because when you erase everything and start adding in details, your brain, your mouth will automatically know how to place these shapes when you're adding details to create this particular character, or if you're drawing a different character. So you can see I quickly just threw in some lines where the legs are going to go. Now working in his hand, holding his weapon. See, I kind of drew part of the hand first, like the palm area, just so I can kind of know where the weapon will be placed on the hand. I'll make a line going straight up. And I just, I go through that just to kind of have the weapon there. That way I can know where to place all the fingers when I'm adding the fingers in there. I'm just erasing some lines on the head. I made the head a little too big, just shrinking it a little bit more. I mean, if I was to finalize it, I'd probably shrink it even more than that, but I'm just laying everything down, not getting too crazy with details. I'll rough out a little shape where the hand is going to go, just so I can kind of get a general idea of how far the hand will be to his chest. And I kind of erase that area a little bit because to draw the hand, everything is too much getting in that little area that's kind of getting in the way as far as what I'm going to try to draw and mess with my eyes. I want to kind of have it a little more clear when I'm drawing the hand out. Get my brain get too confused and trying to worry about where all the other lines are. So I just erase that area to kind of give me like a fresh blank, and I'll add everything back as I go. So referencing his thumb, adding kind of like a little kind of a little box shape and perspective where the hand is going to go, and I can just kind of throw the fingers on cylinders. And one finger, and then I drew the box in to kind of measure it out. That way I can know when I place the other finger in there, I know the distance of how far the finger will go to where the box is. That's going to soon be the dice. So now that I drew part of it, I draw the other cylinder for the other finger to the distance of how far that box is. That way I can kind of know where to place that. There's darken some lines so I can see it a little bit better. And just like you see me done or have done before in my previous videos, where I add in that little line to break apart that finger to get those three separations. I'm adding in the other fingers. Same as before, adding in each, breaking it apart, dropping it in there. Other finger is a little hidden back since his hand is, both his fingers are kind of retracting in. Darkening some of the lines so brain isn't too confused. I'm adding in that forearm. It's kind of going back. Circle for the elbow. And that little arm that's going back. And the pose seemed difficult, but the more you do these, the easier it gets. At this point, I mean, I'll know like where the pose is going and what I'm going to do with it, and you can easily just erase over it lightly and start adding details to create whatever you're trying to make. I'm finishing off that weapon. Start bringing it all the way down. Start adding the fingers attached to it. And you can erase it, or you can just drop the fingers on, overlapping over top of um, the weapon like how I have now. I just draw it in because at the end I'm going to just erase over it anyway and add in those details to create the character. After I add those fingers, and that's pretty much it. And the pose is done. So don't forget to like, comment for any other poses you want to see, and take care.